today. It's spinning, it's spinning. There we go. Hey. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Hello.
What's up?
Yeah, it's
Hey.
another episode of Geek Gasm. We are here. We are running just a little bit behind, but not by much. Got a couple guests coming in for tonight. We're going to talk about comics. We're going to ask some questions. As always, it's going to be a good time, good show. If you caught last night's show on Indie Volt Live, had a ton of guests. Too many. So I mean, it's like we're really exploding with guests lately. It's getting to the point where it's like the lifeboats on the well, I guess the lifeboats on the Titanic weren't used very well, were they? It's not a good reference.
Yeah, I'll be doing another show tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a lot of guests. People want to come on all of a sudden. I don't know if I like it. I should start charging. No. I won't start charging. I won't. But you guys are in for a treat tonight. We've got King Daniel. We're going to have Anthony Figueroa step in. I believe Rob Anderson is going to drop by. And of course, we got. What else we got? We got some other stuff going on. Yeah. So let's roll. I'm going to roll the intro so you guys can get started. And here we go. Don't worry, I had your mic muted.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You got my back.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Varian Grant. I am the co-publisher of Last Call Comics, founder of Indie Volt Media LLC. Started making comics way back in 2008. Stephanie was like 6. And this is Geek Gasm. Yeah, it's Lola's show. I'm gonna let her take it away. Hello, Lola. How are you?
Hey guys, it's me, Lola. I am the co-publisher of Last Call Comics and the host of Geek Gasm.
Boo.
And we also got Stephanie now.
Yeah, Stephanie. Introduce yourself.
I like that. We've also got Stephanie.
Yeah.
She shows up.
Now.
Yeah. I'm Stephanie Menard. I'm a comic book writer, self-published. Oh, that was champagne being opened in my house. Yay! Self-published and published through independent publishers and podcaster. Been doing that longer than writing comics, so woohoo!
Yeah, we got a question about the podcasting too. I'm going to ask you because I think you can really give us an in-depth answer on that. Tonight we're joined by one of our guests, is King Daniel Taylor. Hello, Daniel.
What's up?
Yeah, he is the writer of I want to say Jarhead, and he's we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about that crowdfunding, what he's doing crowdfunding that, when it'll be released. He's getting ever so close to getting that out. Just a mere matter of like this months now before it's out. He's I like his enthusiasm. He says, "Man, I'm gonna change the world with this comic." I love that enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. I want to get into questions though first, ladies and gentlemen. Dave the Supreme is in the house. He says, hello, everyone. Dave, Big Dave in the house.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I got a question. And it actually reminded me of something that I said last week to a guy. I was looking at a Facebook friend of mine, and he posted a picture of his setup for his art table, and he had a microphone, and I currently have a microphone on just like this one, well, a little bit. It's the same model, just the arm is different. On my art desk, I got a webcam aiming down at the table, and I posted on his Facebook. I said, remember when drawing was an isolated thing, when we just used to always we were sitting in the room by ourselves, looking like psychiatric patients.
Like Gollum.
Yeah.
Just like my precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to do that.
Totally.
And now it's just, you have to be online. And a question from Indie Volt was, do you guys feel that you have, as a creator now, you have to have a social media presence? Is it something that you can still go without, or do you absolutely need it? And for me, my answer to that is I think that it helps. Not having one, fine, but so many people now want to know who you are, which can backfire on you, especially if you're an asshole.
Right.
It can backfire on
It'll
you.
ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a totally different person off of social medias.
Yeah, I mean, you get on social media, like,
I'm a sweetheart on social media.
yeah, like people don't even think I swear, and then they meet me in person. I'm like, did he just say the F word like 3 times? Yes, I did. I said the F word. I threw a couple of N words in there probably, and depends on how pissed I am.
Maybe the Q word. I mean, ha.
Just everywhere, everything. But I do have a social media presence. It's a little bit more sterile than my, that you get here. Randy says, listening, drawing frogs and turtles, and he says, being an asshole just invites backfires. It does, and when I say I'm an asshole, I'm kind of joking, but I do think that we tend to maybe portray ourselves in a different light on social media. But I think it is important to have social media presence. You mentioned, Stephanie, that you've been podcasting longer than writing comics.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's helped you at all in presenting yourself as a creator?
I think definitely because I met a lot of creators by doing my podcast. So I was able to garner like a lot of knowledge from the people that I had interviewed for my show. And I think without that knowledge, I don't know if I ever would have been like felt secure enough to like make the jump into self-publishing. I've always been a writer, but I didn't know that being a self-publisher like was an actual thing. So yeah, I definitely think that doing the podcast and meeting the people that I met doing that was a huge push for me. Not necessarily the thing that made what I do successful, but like it pushed me into it because I was like, no excuses now. You know how to do it. Get out there, girl.
The most quiet person on social media ever would be Lola, in my opinion, because she doesn't even like. We would play in the very early days of PS4. We plug up the camera and I'm like, hey, why don't you go on live? She's like, no, I don't want to go on live. And there's still a point where she's still a little shy. And I think that being on the streams actually has helped her come out of her shell a bit. Lola, do you think that streaming for you has been helpful in helping you come out of your shell and helping you carry conversations with strangers?
It has. And I've met so many people like doing Geek Gasm and Indie Vote. I've got like so many creators I talk to now. A lot of people want to come on the shows.
Now, King Daniel, you same question for you. I mean, you just, you've been on the scene for a while now, but haven't put your comic out, but you're out here already pre-hustling. How important?
That's how you do it.
Yeah. How important is it for you to go out here and be on streams and live streams and YouTube shows and podcasts?
Well, it's very important because you have to have a voice. You have to have a personality. Is that personality is like being on TV, right? You have to have somebody that have a personality that people want to get attached to, want to have fun with, want to get to know, and they'll know you by that personality. They'll know you by that entity. You get what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that and it comes with a curse because that can grow into a bad ego. You know what I'm saying? And I just been winging it and slinging it. Hey man, I don't need no book to get on the podcast and just win. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I just be myself and that's it. Have fun.
I will admit, and I think I know he's coming in at some point, but Rob Anderson is very good in portraying a character. It's still Rob, but he makes sure that there's a like he's come on our show and he's been the heel before, and he's gonna say things that are like, I won't say egregious, but he's gonna say things that he knows.
He's triggered me before.
Yeah. It's going to trigger our audience. It's going to get a reaction, which is good. But it's almost a character in a way. I agree, Daniel, that can backfire on you because I've gone on Rob's show and decided I'm going to troll the audience today, and I've said certain things, and I'm like, after some, oh, should I have said that? Is that going to come back to bite me in a year or so?
And see, this is the thing too. You got to be able to see. A quiet person can't be on the podcast. You want to know why? Because they'll be afraid of getting eaten by the wolves or eaten by the sharks. You got to swim with those sharks. You got to eat with the wolves. You got to walk with the wolves. And the thing about it is, you have to make your voice be known because it's not going to just fall in your lap, and you have to put yourself. Yeah, you have to put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit back and be like, okay, it's just going to fall in my lap and I'm just going to be great. No, you have to go out there, you have to go get it, and you have to want it. And a lot of people don't want it, obviously. So, hey, what can I say?
I don't think that I mean, like at a Comic-Con, I can go to Comic-Con, I can wear my beer stuff, I can wear my silly hats or whatever it is I got to wear. And I'm this character for maybe 8 or 9 hours. And then I get to go to the hotel or go home and, sleep it off. Whereas when you're online, it's going to be up there even after you're in bed. Someone's watching that video somewhere. Speaking of people watching that video or listening in, Indie Vote Radio, I will thank you guys right now. Indie Vote Radio sitting at 10,162 people listening. Want to thank Ireland right now is our main listener. Hello out there in Ireland.
Hello, Ireland.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ireland,
what's up?
Ireland, Italy, Australia, Germany, France.
Italy.
Yeah, Italy. Yeah. So we want to thank them for listening in. I really do. We really appreciate the radio numbers lately. They've been doing very good, and I believe too that our radio server is very happy with me because I keep growing. They're gonna keep saying, "Hey, pay us more money because we're getting ready to cut your station if you don't pay up."
That's why it's important for people to like our YouTube channel.
Yeah, they go like that YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ask Trump for another stimulus. I'm gonna have to ask him like, I can't do you. They took all the cons. I can't afford this. Now, that's another question too. We know that emotionally, not having the cons involved and kind of going through our own things, and I think some of that emotional impact we're having is because it's having a financial impact on some of us. A question from Mike, who is in Miami. Mike says, yes, how is everyone dealing with the closure and cancellation of all these cons financially? Even with the comic book stores now being closed, how do independent creators hope to rebound?
We've been making more content.
Yeah. I mean, we're making a lot of content. I don't think that
for us, we have been pretty stable.
Mm-hmm.
It really hasn't affected us. So we're taking this time to make more books, more content for our fans, and getting ready to hit it hard when it comes back.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just not used to Lola being so vocal on the show. My God,
I love it.
She's got a point though. I mean, we've taken this time to create more stuff. And it really is.
Girl is writing over there. All right.
Yeah. She is writing. And it's a lot of.
I'm working on 2 books right now.
Yeah, 2 books at the same time.
I have a third in my mind.
Nice. Get it, girl.
I'm not. I don't know who's going to draw all this stuff, man. I'm not Carla and her husband, but they didn't know, and I don't because he's got a sweet deal. You don't have that same sweet deal. Carla's quick.
And you know what? I along that other question y'all asking me about the personality thing, my personality on Facebook is the conspiracy theorist. They call me a conspiracy theorist, and a lot of people get mad at what I say. But the thing about it is, though, I'm just speaking about how I feel, and sometimes and a lot of times it get under people's skin, and a lot of people are like, oh, you should be on podcast. I'm like, now if I get on podcast, y'all gonna hate the hell out of me. Y'all hate the hell out of me.
I think that
I'm hurt some feelings.
I think that again, like, we have to be so careful because there was once a time where you only got to see these people at a convention. That was it. That's it. Now I go on a podcast and I say something. It might have a problem. Someone 2 years from now might hear a little podcast or take a snippet from one of these videos, take something completely out of context, and now
and when you get your fame, they're going to come after you with that.
Yeah, they're gonna come after me and say, "You said."
I hate that.
Like, I made a comment.
I mean,
I'm ranking that. Go ahead.
The thing about it is, if you really look at it, is that today people are sensitive as ladybugs, and they're very sensitive. And I'm like, what are you so sensitive for? Why are you worried about what people are saying? You know what I mean? God darn it. Mm-hmm. I know I can't cuss, so I'm just but I was just saying, like,
we can't cuss on this show?
It's like
anything goes.
Yeah, he can cuss.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Be respectful now.
No, he can cuss. I just hey there, Stephanie. Says Kevin P. West. Hello,
hey,
Kevin.
I missed you. I hope you're doing well, Kev.
Okay, what's up? What's up, bro?
All the Kevins. It's funny because I always. I know there's Kevin West and there's Kevin P. West, and I'm always trying to remember which one is which. So I'm like, is that the one with the P? That's one. And then but then I look at their art style and I tell which one.
I was going to say, all you have to do is look at the art, and it's very clear.
Yeah. Jason Doobie says, "Hey everyone," says, "You can always cuss on this show." Oh yes, you can.
Yeah,
yes, you can.
On my show, you can. Yeah.
And then Lola says, "Our tip jar is open." Kevin says he's staying safe as possible. Good, Kev.
Good.
Stay in the house if possible. Lola's tip jar is open every $5. She takes a shot. All tips go to help fund her book. You can go to that link, streamlabs.com/indievote to donate. And she will get that tip. And she'll actually see it come across the screen, and she'll take a shot. And I think tonight, I think King Daniel's going to pick the flavor if that does happen. Yeah. So,
nice.
In regards to that question, it was asked,
Hold on, guys.
But
hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't you hear somebody calling you?
Mom, I'm on the thing. I'm doing the live stream. What?
Hi, Mom.
Come get this sandwich if you want it.
I'll be down there.
Oh, that's all you had to say.
I'm on a live stream, trying to tell you.
Yeah, okay, but you could have texted me or something.
Mom, yeah, you didn't text me. I'm on a live stream.
I love it. I thought it was only me that gets these calls. Great.
It's not only you.
You're not of embarrassment. You're not of embarrassment. That was great. Now, no, you know what? I had to check. That sounded like my mother, didn't it? I might have to check and see if I gotta check. I gotta have to check and see if me. Yeah, I gotta check and see if me and King Daddy got the same mom. That sounded a hell of a lot like my mom.
It did.
That's my mom. That's my mom. She was messing with me about a sandwich. I was hungry, so.
That sounds a lot. Your mother is named Dorothy, is she? That sounds a lot like my mom.
I don't know. She could be a character, Don't worry about that, guys. Hey, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure moms can be moms.
Hi, Pops.
Yeah, Pops is here. Hello, Pops.
Hi, Mom.
Jason Doobie says he's got a live interview now, but you guys have a great show. You too, Jason. I'll send me a link to where you're at, and I'll watch it after the show. So I won't be able to watch it live, but I'll definitely watch it. Kevin P. West says Kevin West is the artist that has worked for Marvel and DC. I am the nobody. He uses the middle initiative to drift. Well, no, you're not a nobody, sir.
He's a champion of the horror genre, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so talented, Kevin. So talented. And I appreciate your work. And actually, I'm going to hit you up because I might need you to do something for my next Kickstarter. If you're feeling up to it, you don't have to. I'm not putting you in the hot seat or anything.
So, financially, has the closure of the cons affected you at all, Stephanie? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm like, I don't pay for tables. Like a lot of my tables, like right off, like right at the beginning of the year. A lot of times I wait until, okay, well, this convention is 3 months away. Let me get a table. I know
Right.
some people do it earlier because the discounts are heavier or better. I shouldn't say heavier. Discounts are better
Right.
earlier. And I've been blessed in that every convention that we have booked and prepaid for was refunded the money.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are some conventions that are having a difficulty doing that or
Right.
not doing that or financially. Are you doing okay, or do you think you'll be okay this year, or do you have like, okay, I'm going to invest this much, I should be making this much, and is that out the window yet for you, or are you freaking out?
Okay, so I was freaking out a little bit because I do a lot of business at conventions. Like that's, once it hits like March through October, that is where a large sum of my yearly income comes from doing this. So I was like, oh shit, like, all of these big shows canceled. Like it was like the domino effect. Like everything just started falling around me. And I was like, okay, so what do I well, I continue to, use social media to what I have available. I actually found some like first edition copies of Psychopath, like 1 through 3, which will never be printed again. And I sold it, like all of them. As soon as I put it up on Facebook, they were like, psh, I think it's just a time for us as creators to learn that conventions aren't everything and we have to not put all of our eggs in one basket. So I'm learning to use other media to sell my product and just have fun and do what I do at conventions. So and it's easier because I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. Kevin says anything for you, Stephanie, and he also says I did a virtual con for a Star Wars trading cards group on Facebook over the May the 4th weekend and did better than any con I've ever gone to, but I missed the interaction at cons. And that's a very good point, Kevin, because I'm watching people on Kickstarter and Indiegogo make, let's face it, I'm going to say it, $700,000 for a comic. 700,000. Listen, I can go to a con every weekend for a year and I'm not gonna make 700,000. You start wondering, do I need cons? Do I need to go to cons? Don't get me wrong. I think there's a really, even if I made that today on a comic, I'm still gonna go to cons because I've got that bug, and for a while, and cons just isn't about really just making money. Sometimes if they were, we probably wouldn't go. But it is about, hey, I can go hang out with Steph. Hey, I can go hang out over there and I can see Don Riggio. I can see Eric Hotz and it's a networking tool. I'm gonna meet somebody who doesn't go Kickstarter and Indiegogo because they've been burned. They don't do crowdfunding.
We get to see our convention family. And that's something that like they give us energy. I'm telling you right now, like being around you guys and with the people that create, like it gives me life. So it's it's kind of like it's just I miss all of you. I miss you guys.
We're all like leeches. We just leech on each other. We just
but it's all love though. It's like creative love.
Yeah, it is.
It's so beautiful and it's so respectful most of the time. Wink.
It's great until some guy comes up to you and hands you his hotel room key, like or some girl can hand you a hotel room key. But if a chick hands me a hotel room key, I'm like, okay. I'm
might be okay.
See, hear that?
There you go. It's
Pop
on the internet now.
Pop says online cons are the way to go, not biased or anything. He does run an online show. And Kevin P. West says, have you seen the Brian Pulido Kickstarters and how much they pull in? And Pop says, I had Pulido on my first online con. And being around creators gets the juices flowing. It does. Absolutely. I mean, again, when I seen I know he's a bad name to say. I personally feel that way, but I know people talk about Ethan Van Sciver and what he did with that Farrar book. was it the first one 500,000, the next one is 700,000, or Brian Polito pulls in, you start noticing numbers, and you're like, man, maybe not having the cons, there's life after Comic-Con for books and for art.
And it's weird because, to be honest with you, if you're not a good seller at all, really, to start off, I wouldn't go to cons really much, because I'm telling you, yeah, you can embarrass yourself, and I never even been to cons, but I hear stories about it. What a couple of my guys talked to me about them, and to be honest with you, to cons, like, I see a lot of assholes there. I hear that there's a lot of assholes, and I have an attitude. I do. I'll be the one where they be like, "Well, this is trash." Well, I'll be like, "You're reading it, you're looking at it, ain't you?" I'll be an asshole towards them. I'll be honest. I'll probably knock them out. You never know. But nah, I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you.
That's the thing, though. I mean, like, it's even to a point now where you can put up a YouTube video or put up a video on YouTube for your Kickstarter or your Indiegogo campaign, and that's constantly selling for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I went to a con, loved it too. I was helping with Eric Hodson, Lola, and myself, and Eric will ask me to go to a con, and he will not tell me certain things. So, like, okay, we go to the con, then you find out the hours. And I think I mentioned this before, because I sit down, I'm like, okay, con's open, and the con starts at 10 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, what time is this show in? And I'm looking through the flyer, and it's 4 a.m. The show ends at 4 a.m. And so we were there. Well, okay.
It was a great show.
Yeah, and the money was very good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was 4 a.m. and it was a great show in Pittsburgh, but
we were gonna go back this year, actually.
Yeah, we were gonna go back, but I'm pretty, things get canceled. So, where you said that?
By the way,
you said what?
I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh,
yeah,
love it.
Pittsburgh is it's weird. It's now you go to Pittsburgh from Michigan anyway. Pittsburgh to Michigan, what, 4 hours, 5-hour drive?
Like 4 hours, well, from my house. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, no problem. And then I go to Allentown. I'm like, why am I still driving? Why is this happening? I thought I'm in Pennsylvania, right?
Right. Well, I mean, they're just right across the Pennsylvania border. It's like not that far in, and it feels like you're somewhere different. And you're like, yay, Pittsburgh. There's a bunch of rivers and bridges.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh
is fine.
Fun.
Philly is like, why am I driving this far? Allentown. I went to Allentown, and I had no idea, I have no idea how close I was to the actual to New York at that point. Had I known I was an hour away from New York, I would have driven to New York just to hang out for a night. But I think that another thing about the cons too, there's no travel. Like, you buy your table, you have to buy your food. Now there's no hotel, there's no rental, there's no rental car if you gotta get a rental car, no gas. I mean, we are kind of saving money this year in a way. I like to see how much people are gonna turn that around into new product for 2021 if we can, get cons off the ground in 2021. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Go ahead, King Name. What?
Nah, you say nothing.
Okay, I would like to see another question I have, and you guys will like this one, and I want to hear Lola, and I guess I got to hear Stephanie. You're gonna have to chime in on this too, because you were ladies. I saved this question for last because I know that it's going to be a harsh one. There's a girl, a young lady. She is a writer, and I'll read it. She's hiring an artist, and the artist will not accept payment. Instead, he would like nudes. He won't accept monetary payment. He wants nudes.
That's not an artist. That's a pervert.
It's kind of the
Sorry.
same thing.
Right.
It's kind of the
You
same
can
thing.
be cool, but that guy's not an artist.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
I got a question. I got an answer to it. I got a quick answer to it.
Mhm.
I would say let your brother or your cousin kick his ass. I mean, I say, I
Thank
mean, hey.
you.
I mean, I'll do it for a couple of hours. I mean, shit, I slap him up a little bit,
I
slap
would
him
like,
up,
I
throw him in
would
the
like,
toilet,
I would like to know, like, bro, look, money is money. Those nudes are gonna.
Dude,
I mean,
to be honest with you, I wouldn't ask no female for no damn news. To be honest with you, I see titties and booty everywhere every day.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna
god
say, like,
damn
it's
it.
so rampant, right? Like, my thought is, like, okay, so somebody does art for your book and you give them nudes. Okay, that's great. But as great as their art may be, they're going to make more money off your nudes, which is why, like, the whole drug thing switched over to human trafficking.
yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm like getting a little serious because this
And
pisses me
and
off.
he can also blackmail your ass and send you, and he can
Right.
also put it all on the internet
There's
and
a
make
whole
you
lot of implications
fuck up
here
your
that I don't
reputation.
like.
Yeah.
I would tell anybody up. I can't be what says. Send them to
Run for the
the
border, baby.
fans
There we
only
go.
page. Yeah,
OnlyFans.
get your OnlyFans account. Be like, here it is. I will tell this young lady this. If that's the only payment he's gonna ask for, you need to find another artist because
That's not legit.
I wouldn't. That's the only type of payment he wants. Now if he was a trustworthy individual, I don't know. I mean, what is he using nudes for? Because I will say this: there are ways you can help like each other, not the nudes, but like, hey, I need,
Right. I mean, but maybe the nudes.
No, but though, if she's a freak like that, I mean, if she a freak,
Right.
give him a little something. But if she ain't a freak, if she a prude, if she ain't into that, then the money. I look. I tell you what. Look, being me, if you want to send some news, send them. But I'll take the money. I'll take all the money. Let me know.
What I'm saying. Like, why would you not take the money? You can find nudity and pornography everywhere. Like,
He's
you can even take the
probably
money and purchase more
for
pornography.
free.
he's probably one of those dudes that basically takes the news, nail them on his wall, and beat off to him. You never know.
Forever until his dick falls off.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're as much as I've paid my artists, I swear to God, like all their dicks should fall off. Does that make sense? No,
Yeah,
not really.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Unless that money is a disease, I don't know.
I would like to ask you guys this. I like to ask you guys if you're going to like I would because there are some artists out there who will take the money that you're offering unless the money is just horrible. Like I would like to ask how much are you paying? Because maybe he's like, nah, what you're offering isn't worth it, but those titties. You know?
Again, we're going into human trafficking.
Yeah.
Make more money than some art.
And again, I wouldn't want the news because I see the pussy, the ass, the titties every goddamn day. Look, I see it so much that I just get tired of it. I'm like, God damn. Jesus.
Here's the thing. Not all of us see it every day. I mean, I might listen. I tell you what. I will say this: if I have a problem, guys. I have a problem. Anybody anybody who knows me,
I love you, Lola. Love you.
Anybody who knows me knows that I have an Amanda Bynes problem. I love Amanda Bynes.
You love that crazy
bro.
bitch, and I get it.
Yeah. I love
it.
And Amanda Bynes was like, draw me a comic variant. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, by the way, I'm not gonna pay you money. I'm gonna come over to your house and hang out, and we're gonna hang out and do all this weird, crazy stuff. And you're gonna draw my book for free. In lieu of other things. It's just going down that way. I'm sorry.
You're in.
Yeah,
You're all in.
Hey.
I mean, listen, hey, it's man divines. It's man.
She's not hot.
What are you talking about? There was one point where
it was somebody else.
there was one point where she was super hot. I know she's going through some mental things right now. My love can save her.
No. Our agreement.
Varian wants to save her.
Our agreement was what?
We have to agree on the girl.
Wait, I was never. Wait.
Yeah,
No. That's a trick back because you'll never agree on the girl. You'll be like,
I have agreed on girls.
You have, but
this is a conversation.
Yeah,
for another
anyway,
day.
yeah, whatever.
Right. This is the conversation I want to hear later after we're done with this radio. So, shit.
This is ridiculous. Let's talk about Jarhead real quick. Almost called you Anthony. King Daniel. Let's talk about Jarhead. Now you've got your book, Jarhead, which I'm gonna put up here. Yeah, it's a big chat. I'm sorry. There was a big chat room there. Okay. Has anybody seen the new Facebook rooms? But wow, you can get so many people in there. Yeah, it's almost like a desktop full of people. It's very nice. Let's take a look at your character though.
Oh my gosh, you're all lit up now.
Yeah. And then my computer's like, I don't want you to flip that switch. Sorry, my computer's brand new computer. It wants to act like my old one now. It's like spiritually.
I can change colors.
Oh, yeah.
It's an homage to the old computer. I get it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know why it's acting like my old computer. Huh. That is weird. Okay, I'll do it this way then. I'll fix this. It won't do it that way. It's going to do it this way. Okay, so I want to show a picture of his character Jarhead and make sure I don't upload porn. Hold on. So there's the character. There's Jarhead. And
I love it.
I've been looking at
thank you.
King Daniel, a lot of art you're putting up. There was a new piece you just added a couple days ago with two characters from the book, and I've seen some sequentials. Looks like your book is coming along really well. Do you have a time period now you think you'll put it out in? Has that adjusted since we talked last?
I mean, I want to say because I want to bring it out at the right time because I don't want to just give it out and then people are not ready. See, this is my method. I'm gonna give y'all a little taste. And you know what I'm saying? I like to pause a little bit. Okay, all right, little taste. All right, see, I like to let the audience starve a little bit for the work. Because you gotta let them starve. You gotta give them a little bite at a time. Take it away, give it to them again. Bite at a time. Take it away, give it to them again, bite at a time. Because see, if you don't do that, you give them too much and then throw it back up. And you don't want to do that. So what I plan on doing is giving them the whole course meal. You know what I'm saying? The Jarhead book. But see, I'm gonna give them more for their buck. Bios, pinups, all that's included in the book. Okay,
very cool.
You know, all of that. That's red magic, and that is Iron Wild. There are two of my new characters, and that's Demented Deuce and Jarhead fighting. Jarhead's kicking ass, you know. But anyway, that's Jarhead, you know, sexy self. Anyway, yeah, Jarhead is a character that, you know, he's coming out soon, and he's a new character. Nobody has ever done something like him before. You know what I'm saying?
How does that
oh my God, Kevin.
It did. And Kevin says, why haven't I ever seen the show before? This is entertainment. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate
it truly is. Also, love you, Kevin.
See, y'all added me. I bring the party. You know, bring the party. You know, gotta have my personality on here. Make y'all laugh.
I do think that we have like when you put your book out, I mean, first of all, you definitely want to put it out as quickly as you can, because what you don't want to have happen is, I know you said you want to do a piece, you know, you want to tease the audience. You don't want to teach them too much. So they're like, when the fuck is this book coming out? Christ. Don't be like me, because I'll do that. Yeah, your turn. Okay. She'll do that. I'll tell her, oh, I'm putting this book out this year. And then like my excuse is like, okay, well, there's no con this year. Do I have to put a book out? I'm going to. But I would suggest, Daniel, that when you're nearing completion of the book, I like how you put stuff out. You put up a pin up. I know you've been very careful not to show sequentials. I noticed that.
See, reason is I do that is because if I show sequentials, they're not going to buy the book. They're going to know what you got, what you're doing, and they're going to be like, "Oh shit, I already seen that before." No. You got to see Jarhead is a baby. You know what I'm saying? And you got to carry that baby with carefulness. You know what I'm saying? You know, right, Krista? Right, Krista? You know, you had a child before. You know what I'm saying? You had a child before, so you should know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had a child.
I don't know if I'll drop a book quick, man. But I will say this. I don't think that. I think when I start teasing pictures, I need to be ready to put the book out. Now, you're going to crowdfunding, right?
I want to do it. I want to do it for the second book to start getting money for the second and third book. Reason why I want to bring this book out because I already funded it and everything. But I still want to do a crowdfunding so I can fund book 2 and 3 because that's going to be a big ass book. That's going to be a graphic novel, and I'm going to tell a lot of story in those 2 books. Book 2, book 3, and you know what too? I might just be having giveaways too. Also, the giveaways. One of the giveaways will be a gold cover and I want to say an action figure. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I do. There's a question from IndieVolt Radio here. It asks about writers, and we got, I'm surrounded by them now.
Absolutely you are.
How important is it to have a good relationship with your artist? That is from, I cannot pronounce your name, sir. Augustino. Is that Augustino? Augustino. Okay. Augustino.
It is good.
Is it important?
It is good to have a great relationship with your artist because he's the one that's writing, that's drawing out your story. He's the one that's bringing it to life, and he's the one that's going to spend that much hours on it. You don't want to get him mad because he can give you shitty work and take your money as well. So you might want to, turn down the ego and just, talk to him, get to know him. You know what I'm saying? All of my artists and everything, they love me. They love working with me because I show love towards them and I let them know that, you're going to start with me. We're all going to eat. We're all going to break bread together. You know what I'm saying? And you have to want to break bread with everybody on your team, because if you don't, then you don't want nobody feeling left out, and you don't want that to get out to the public because the public will eat everything up. So what you want to do about that,
I do think for me, being an artist and working with a few writers, I've been able to keep relationships. I actually prefer, and I think in this day and age too, of being able to talk to each other online actually helps, because I like that personal. I can actually message Stephanie and say, hey, am I going the right direction with this? I'm working on a piece right now for Luke Stone, and I've been able to message Luke and say, Luke, does this look right? And it's been really helpful. Stephanie, you work with a lot of artists.
I do.
None of them have ever come to me in the secret artist meetings and say, damn it, that Stephanie's horrible. They've never done it.
Yay. Thank God.
How important is that for you? Is that is that something that you like? Because I'm imagining that you probably ran across a couple of asshole artists.
Well, my first comic, I went to Grand Rapids Comic Con in 2016 or something, and I found this guy, and he had this beautiful art style. I was so impressed by like he had pages and pages of sequential work.
Mhm.
So I hired him for my first comic, paid him money, and I
Sorry
got like,
about that, guys.
No problem.
oh, no worries. And I got like one page of like the worst, like it was like one little tiny figure and then like nothing. It was the worst. And then for months and months and months, tried to contact him saying, hey, I need to finish this book. Like super polite. And then finally it was like, you're fired. Like,
Yeah,
I gotta find a new guy.
you know, that would piss me off. I'm surprised you were very polite and something you're fired.
Oh no,
What's up?
I'm always polite because I understand like shit happens.
Mhm.
I sent this guy like probably like 8 emails before I was like, okay, I have to fire you. And I fired him like the nicest way possible. And I still paid him for the one page that he sent me that was crap. I paid him because I feel like, okay, you did the work. I'm not gonna be an asshole. And that's when I work with people, okay, you're artists. You're doing amazing shit. I'm going to pay you regardless of if I use that work in my comic or if I just don't use it at all. If I ask you to draw it, I'm going to pay you money.
Right.
So I respect the work. I respect everything that we all do.
And
And
Kevin says Grand Rapids Comic Con better happen this year. Hopefully, I've spoke to Mark and he says that right now they're moving. They're moving ahead. They're gonna.
we had so much fun last year, Kevin, right?
Yeah. Kevin also says, so was it stolen art he was showing? Sounds like he could not draw. Stephanie, you think the guy was showing?
As far as I know, like it could be. I saw him at like one other show like years later, and I didn't want to be that asshole. So I walked by and I was like nobody heard me. It was like my little like Karen bullshit moment. I was like,
I will. I had being I'm an artist, but being a publisher, I had a gentleman come into my office and he presented to me some work that was really, really nice. Welcome and Rob Anderson to the chat. Yeah, yeah. Ask for the devil and you shall get him. And he was an older guy, but very talented. And he well, when I gave him the script, he went home to go draw it, and he had 3 pages, and so he calls me. He says, "Hey man, can I come get some money?" Now I really hated this because I was doing this piecemeal type of payment. Hey, you do.
Hey, Barry.
I will. I'll pay you when it's there. 3 pages is like it gets you start a pawn shop mentality. And people start coming in giving you money. You give them a page, they give you a page, you pay them, then they go off, and you don't see them for 4 or 5 days.
yeah, no, that's
Hey, Barry.
God, I would never do that.
Sorry about that, Steph.
Anybody with a contract? No, you're fine.
Hey, Barry.
Yeah.
Barry. Yeah. Why don't you just go on and tell the audience, man, that nigga shit was whack. Tell the truth now, George.
You're the only person here that can do that, other than King Daniel.
Hey,
So,
be honest. I'll tell you if your shit was whack. I'll let you know.
How he presented it to me. By the way, we got our Rogar. She says, "Hello, guys," and Krista. Rob is in there, and Randy says, "Devil Rob," and then Randy says, "Hey there, Kevin. Congrats on that badge art."
I would like to see those turtles that Randy was working on. Just saying.
Yeah, he hasn't presented those turtles yet.
No big lip.
But the only way this dude brought me the pages on vellum because I guess he was so afraid that I wasn't going to pay him. He presented the pages to me in a format that I couldn't even like use them in. Like you brought vellum is like parchment paper. Yeah, I still have those pages, as a matter of fact, and the art looks horrible. And so he really did phone it in. It was a horrible Ugh. Sarah, hello, Sarah. Sarah. What happened to
Hello.
you and I, Sarah? But yeah, I think it was a horrible situation that happened. I didn't like that guy after that. Me and man, she had a falling out. Rob, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Doing fine. Just got off a Kickstarter pause with Chuck, Sean Keenan, and Wendy Gale. Pretty good. We went through some Kickstarters and some Indiegogo. Actually, not a lot of Indiegogos this week. So something's
Good.
going down with that. There aren't as many Indiegogos. We got to check out what's going on over there. Usually we have a bit more.
I'm having a type of error. I'm trying to bring King Daniel in, but it's giving me an error. Hold on, Daniel. I'm gonna try something else. It's giving me some type of error. It's bringing him in. Let me see here. Yeah.
He could be a mic thing.
It could be. I'll keep trying. She said, "Yep, Varian, that's my jam." You know, a friend of my father, his ex-wife was named Sarah, and he did not like that song after they divorced. He could not stand it. He'd be like, turn the shit off. I'll keep trying, King Daniel. Give me a second to see if that's an issue. Because he's using his phone, I believe. But yeah, I do think that having a relationship with your artist, I know that Rob has a good relationship with his artist, all of them, except for the one who told me Rob is a complete like megalomaniac when it comes to no, he has a really good relationship with his artist. It really helps because I think some your artists are not in the States, right? Rob? One of your artists overseas?
Well, James has been James Eric Hudson's been an artist of mine with Monkey, Satane Zilius from Prague, Damien from the third issues from Mexico, Cytheria for the second issue of Aftermath for Barbara Unleashed, Rahil's in India, Mike's in Florida, and we're working on something right now. Josh is in. Where's Josh? I never know where Josh is.
Josh is in Texas.
Okay, Texas.
He lives in the cloud,
which is
right?
like almost out the country, right?
Yeah, so I get around with my art. I'm all over the global. I'm global with my artists. So yeah, I mean, even Dave Brown did Jax. Remember, Dave Brown did my first kids books, Jax. So I've been really, really lucky to work with some amazingly talented artists. I can't complain.
Absolutely.
You know what? Now that you mention that, I can see it. I don't know why I never put that together. That Dave Brown did the art for Jax. What the hell? That's crazy. And Dave Brown lives at one point. Dave lived about 10 minutes from me. Now he lives a little bit further. But yeah. And when was that done?
What's that?
When was that done?
This is 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Very nice, very nice. Sarah says, I want to be in Florida. I'm stuck in Illinois. Yeah. It feels like you're stuck in Illinois, man. I like Illinois, though. I mean, Lola wants at one point she wanted to move to Rosemont, Illinois, home of Wizard World Chicago. We've always thought we talked about it. It may happen one day. Who knows? Sarah, huh?
I don't want to go there now.
Don't want to go there now. But Sarah says it's hysterical since my first and last name are perfect for that song. Did it to myself, then kept the name after divorce, so I wouldn't have to go back to my maiden name. So wow. So your name is Sarah. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Stephanie. Stephanie's actually, I don't know if people know this, but Stephanie is actually slumming it as a writer. She does not have to write. Stephanie is the heiress to the Menards family fortune.
God. Yes.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this.
So true. I just like to write. It's not about my demons. Not about that. It's not about money. Yeah.
I want to see something here real quick. Let me see here. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah. Now, there is in gosh, I forget what city it's in, and I'll have to ask her because she's, it actually is in Illinois. It is in Illinois. Stephanie, there is a city called Stephanie in Illinois. And in that city is a Menards. So I want to know is it difficult to get inside of the Stephanie Menard?
I mean, apparently not. Apparently, you just go there and you're in it. So I feel very unspecial. You know, I put a lot of stock into all this for so many years, but
I'm going to go to that Menards. I'm taking a picture inside of it and say, I finally got inside.
I want to do that because it'd be so meta. Like, I'm Stephanie Menard inside of Stephanie's Menard.
He's like, this is horrible. This is that's okay because
Hi, Rob.
The reason why I stole that joke is because they were talking about that comparison.
Varian, let this be a reminder of what not to do, Varian. Let this be a reminder of how to properly act.
I retract my statement. It'll come back to bite me in 2 years. Stephanie, like, he said he was assigned to Stephanie Menard. It's actually, but what's this here? Sarah says to get into Stephanie Menard. Do you need to wear a mask and are children not allowed to come in?
Yes. Yes.
You
to bowl. Just to be safe.
You will always have to have yeah. Children cannot come inside the Stephanie Menard.
Yep, see what you done. Here,
you went further with it. I just answered without.
I heard it coming out, and
Oh, Varian.
So
I love you.
Don't want children leaving outside of Stephanie Menard. That's that.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay, so Lola, what's going on with you tonight? He lost his damn mind on live television this evening.
Aww.
About girls.
Oh, he says, "Who is the sexy yawning librarian?" That's Stephanie Menard.
I'm a writer, god damn it.
I don't think he knows how to throw a compliment either. That's like the worst compliment I've ever seen.
I mean, I'll take it. Like a yawning librarian, I feel like that's pretty accurate. Come on.
That is how.
Very don't know what to say now. He's like, oh, what can I say?
However, now thinking of Steph as a librarian, it's like, I could. Rob, your book, Cat Dad Supermom, on Indiegogo right now. First time ever, not the first time ever, but you are on Indiegogo with it. You finished up on Kickstarter, funded successfully. Now you're on Indiegogo. I'm not backing it again. I'm not. I got it back again on different platforms. Is that what you're telling me?
All I'm saying is that you said that there'd be support on Indiegogo, and I'm hearing right now that there's none from you. Are you against Comicsgate, Varian?
I don't know what you're talking about. I supported you.
You backed it on Kickstarter, but won't back it on Indiegogo. I think that's a statement.
Oh my god!
It sounds really bad, but I didn't know it was going to come to Indiegogo.
I'll back it on Indiegogo.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, she can back it on Indiegogo. There is with that book out now on Indiegogo. I'm concerned, Rob, because sends a message that you made your money on Kickstarter. You're preparing to leave. Stephanie, you put your books on Kickstarter, right?
Absolutely, I have.
Would you consider going over to Indiegogo?
I don't really know a whole lot about Indiegogo, so I mean, possibly. I don't think it's out of the realm of stuff that I would do.
One of the things they do is they if you successfully fund over on Kickstarter, you can go over to in demand automatically on Indiegogo. And
okay.
It's a Rob, how does that work?
Basically, here's the deal. No one seemed to know how it works, so I had to dig into it. And it's actually more simple than you think. You have to go up, you have to set up your campaign like you normally would. You contact them, and instead of having to go through a funding process, they flip a switch, bring over some of your information. You go back to your profile, you smooth out things, because of course some of the things you're going to say were Kickstarter. I even used an image with the Kickstarter logo in it, but I didn't want to lie about the fact that we were on Kickstarter, so I didn't want to change anything. So I let it continue to be there. They flipped the switch, I turned it on, and now I just get to make other people happy. Because there are a few people that actually did not get the chance to back it. So You know, and Randy kind of goaded me into it. Randy's like, "Why do you hate
Take off
Indiegogo?"
my hat.
I was like,
Sorry.
I don't hate Indiegogo. Indiegogo hates me. I don't know what it is. I like frogs. I like cyber ones, but I just don't want to fall in love with it. I want to date other frogs too. I just don't want
As
to
you should.
frog. You know,
Like, play the field.
you know, there's
Play
some
the frog field.
there's some kicking kangaroos I want to play with too on the weekend. I'm just saying, I want options.
What about penguins?
Listen, no.
Well,
Penguins bite. Penguins are vicious and they bite.
I will say this.
Horrible.
You
Those
guys,
damn nuns.
I'm totally taking off my game here, guys. Now I'm sorry. I haven't recovered since the Stephanie Menard's store.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm gonna listen to again tomorrow.
And now we know that Randy says he goes for penguins. Yeah, I go for penguins.
The
Yeah.
penguins is a joke from a show that me and Rob watch.
Again, it was called Bonding. Was that it?
Bonding.
Yeah, it was a show called. Yeah, it was a show about bondage. Oh, Little Jax. There's Little Jax. There we go.
I was gonna say there's an adorable child.
Stephanie likes kids as long as they're not hers.
Oh yeah,
Come here. Come here.
absolutely I do.
Hey, Jack, say hi. Say hi. If you're going to crash a party, say hi.
It's okay, Jax. You don't have to.
Say hi. No, he's worried about getting tickled.
Well, then just tickle him already and get it done with. Gosh.
He's Jax is the sweetest kid. I got a chance to have lunch with him, dinner with him at Disney Springs, and he was so cool to be around and hang out with, and very talkative. But he was,
Fruit snacks at the time.
yeah. She was tossing the fruit snacks. She's very.
Mine was a dare. I missed mine.
Yeah, so she just takes it out and gives other people's kids. Hey, have all this candy. I'd like to ask you guys one other question. As writers, and this
I've
came
got
from,
one left in me.
this came from Indie Vote Radio. What do you guys feel? How do you guys? Well, I'll simplify the question. How many stories do you have that you stopped halfway through because you realized they were shit?
What do you mean stories? Like comic books or like a book?
Well, any stories.
Any type of story.
Yeah.
Like any idea. You're like, I'm gonna write this down. This is gonna be great. Oh, wait, it's bullshit. Like that.
I asked because I've done that. I've unfortunately. Well, that was a question from Indie Vote Radio, but which, by the way, Indie Vote Radio number sitting right now at a glorious 13,666. That's all bad numbers.
Oh,
13,666. That's horrible.
You're welcome.
That was on though, so yeah.
I feel like that's appropriate. Like there's a 666 and a
Yeah.
horror writer. So yay.
we do appreciate you guys listening, but that came from Indie Vote Radio, and I don't write scripts, I just draw them as they're, and then I'll get to like page 4 and I'm like, oh, this is shit, and I'll delete it. So that's happened to me a few times. Rob, happened to you?
What, getting rid of my own script or reading someone else's?
Your own.
Your own.
I talked about earlier how one of the first things I wrote was a novel, and I got an offer to have the novel published when I was 16. Mm-hmm. I went to actually start submitting the entire thing. I read it and I started crying because I sucked. I was horrible. I was not a good writer. So that made me stop writing for over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So I got back to it eventually, obviously, and I think I do better now than I did back then. But yeah, it's happened to me.
M3SOZ says I'm a horror artist.
Yeah.
I would well, you would fit in right with the question we had earlier. A young lady is being asked to provide payment to her artist in the form of nudes, and I don't know. We told her not to do it, but no one ever listens to us. Guys, we will reach the end of our program here. Geek Gasm is a quick show.
It is.
It's
And, yeah, but Rob, let me go. I'm gonna put it in here because I believe Indiegogo.
That's a big cup, Stephanie.
That's a big ass cup.
This is my water cup. It's 48 ounces of water that I drink like 5 times a day,
Nice.
which is why I always have to pee. No big whoop.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's water. I mean, I don't drink the tubs. I don't know. Water. Oh,
He doesn't.
it's tasteless. Oh, I can't even put up. Rob, bring my cat at Supermom because StreamYard is not working for me tonight.
It's like life.
Yeah, it's just not working for me. I want to show people before we sign off here that Rob is there. He's on. He's on.
He is there.
Indiegogo, and he is killing it. JR says, "I'm a very terrible artist, but I can write my ass off." I wrote my ass off one time.
It was the first time I sold my ass and the last time I sold my ass. So, worst deal ever.
Here it is right now. Cat Dad Supermom on Indiegogo. $1,368. About 120 backers. So he is, of course, he's made his on demand, but he's gonna he's in demand over here. So he's already made his money. The book is actually Rob's pretty smart in that he makes sure that the book is done before he goes to crowdfunding. So there's not much to do. She has a unicorn phone. And I think that so everyone can expect to get that book very soon. You're not gonna be waiting for hours or days. Rob would also be happy to know that I was also told that a gentleman that Rob covered yesterday, we'll talk about this off the air though. Gentleman that Rob covered yesterday has apparently also not paid his artist. Very interesting. So
I will say this about Cat Dad: the PDFs are already sent out.
Yeah,
everyone has access to the PDFs the day after the campaign.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody, where can they find you, Stephanie?
StephanieMenard.com. Also, Stephanie Menard on Facebook. Actually, that's the best place to find me. I'm retooling my website, so yay! Retool.
I'm KYD.
Or be a tool.
I'm KYD_V on Twitter, Varian Grant, Facebook, Last Call Comics, IndieVolt, social media, everywhere. You can find me. Just type that in. Lola, where can they find you at?
They can find me on IndieVolt on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. On Geek Gasm Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. I'm doing a special show tomorrow at 9 p.m.
And
I just set up a Facebook where you can find me at the Indie Princess.
Yeah, the Indie Princess.
Yeah, there we go.
The Indie Princess on Facebook.
On Facebook.
All right.
I will have a Twitter soon.
And Rob, the Creative Comics Devil and Advocate, where can they find you at, sir?
I am on all dating apps as Ladies Man User 225. Oh wait, you mean comic? Gotcha, gotcha. Cat Dad and Supermom. Just go there. That's where I'll be on Indiegogo. Apparently pissing people off who think I'm on Comicsgate because I hang out with Varian and now I'm on Indiegogo. Varian's not Comicsgate. He's not. They didn't want him. They kicked him out. They said, "No, Varian, no, you're not allowed."
My views
might take Randy. I hear they might take Randy.
My views are way too extreme. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. This has been another presentation of Geek Gasm. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for IndieVolt Breakfast Buzz. Until then, you guys stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see you then.
Don't kill people.